We are the daughters of Triton. Sadly, that song isn't in the live action because it no longer works. Why? Stick around to find out. Hello, darlings, and welcome to Performance Perspective, where we watch different musicals and then we share our perspective. If you're new here, hi, I'm Cara Darling, and if you're not, welcome back. Now, the Daughters of Triton are the personification of the seven seas, but I want to talk about the eighth sea, the controversy. At the time of shooting this video, and despite being less than a week into its release, a lot of the comments online suggest the live-action version of Disney's The Little Mermaid has created another battle in the culture war, and it's gotten to the point where it's getting out of hand, especially when I read comments like, "So you approve of blackwashing?" or "They must have spent all their money on those dreads." After I posted my review on the movie on this channel, I started looking to see what other creators were saying, and I find it weird that a lot of these grown men cannot move past the cast list. I also wanted to understand, what was it about the 1989 animated version that they connected with and held so sacred?
Yeah, bro, you know how many times I almost broke my neck when I tried to be Ariel coming out of the sea? Also, I gotta get on that kelp shake, because look at King Triton.
How is King Triton that muscular? Like, he's underwater. It's like, what is he lifting? And I wonder if Ursula actually was like, hey, we're gonna take your sea roids away, and that's his natural look. Aside from the decision to cast Halle Bailey, one of the early conflicts occurred when Disney released a poster with Ariel and her sisters, and a lot of people were upset, and they were calling it a rainbow cast of mermaids. The casting choice, particularly the look and the aesthetic of each daughter, was contrived and done intentionally, meaning this is not a rainbow cast. A rainbow cast is when a show makes casting decisions based on who is perceived to be the best performer for a particular role, irrespective of their culture or ethnicity. In the case of musicals, a great example of this is the 1996 production of Cinderella. When the producers were trying to cast the prince, there were men like Wayne Brady, Mark Anthony, and Taye Diggs auditioning for the movie. In the end, the role went to Paulo Montalban, a Filipino actor. The point is that it didn't matter what ethnicity the actor was. They just needed to be right for the part. Now contrast this with a diverse cast. The shows I've been watching, Pink Ladies, also features a diverse cast who are acutely aware of their cultural backgrounds. In the live-action Little Mermaid, the King Triton's 7 daughters represent the different seas in this fictional world. This is a creative decision, so the actors portraying Ariel and her sisters are a diverse cast. The opening of my video alluded to the fact that the animated version features the song The Daughters of Triton, which is missing from the live-action version. In this song, we learned that all of their names start with the letter A. In the live-action version, aside from Ariel, all the daughters now have different names, hence the song no longer works. By the way, does anyone remember that Tumblr post? Also, do people realize that because all the daughters rule over the different seas and they all look different, it means that given they're King Triton's daughters, none of them share the same mother? Just saying. More details about the 7 daughters is provided in Disney's book, The Little Mermaid Guide to Merfolk, released to accompany the live-action movie. It details which sea they rule over, and their appearance is meant to reflect this. Let's start with Princess Ariel, who rules the Corinna Sea. I might get some of these names wrong, okay? Forgive me. The Corinna Sea is off the north coast of South Ustello. The waters are warm and crystal clear. When thinking about how she looks, it would be wrong if she didn't have the green tail and purple shells. The way the designers incorporated the colors to go through her torso and give it a fish scale-like look is beautiful. Also, did anyone notice the dash of pink on the tail? We have Princess Perla, who rules the Piton Sea, where the waters are temperate and very deep. Her looks is fiery, and the addition of that semi-skirt is fun. I see that they did a long fishtail for her hair. There's teal in her hair, which I missed in the movie. That said, this photo doesn't do her any look any justice, especially when compared to seeing her in the movie. Princess Caspia, the ruler over the Apneic Sea, where the waters are brackish and murky, meaning somewhat salty or briny. It also has rocky islands, and sometimes there are glaciers present. As far as her look, I think the double tail is cool, but that's about it. In a way, you think I'd be excited for her pink hair, but it's muted compared to the warm tones in her costume. They try to connect the top and bottom with the dark purple, but that color palette doesn't really work. Perhaps if her hair was maybe yellow, it might help tie the look. Princess Indira, who is the ruler of the brine dive sea, where the waters in the Gulf are known to be shallow and the weather is sunny and hot. Not to get distracted, but yes, I know this is Simone Ashley from Bridgerton too, and she looks so good. The yellow-orange is stunning, and look how they took the pattern into her arms. You might think her hair is down, like whatever, but look at the detail in her center part and the yellow streaks in the ends. Princess Mala rules the chained sea. These waters are filled with islands, shoals, and cays. Out of all the looks, this is the one I would want. Look at that detail with the jellyfish-like sleeves, which extends around the hips and the tail as well. I love how they styled her hair and added a coral as a headband, like Blair Waldorf from Gossip Girl if she turned into a mermaid. This would be perfect. Princess Karina rules the South Sea, and these waters are typically coated in ice. This definitely gives me Elsa under the sea. I love the silhouette and colors. I mean, her look makes it obvious that she would be the one that rules the coldest waters. I love that she has a high ponytail with bangs, sort of like 2016 Ariana Grande. Last but not least is Princess Tamika, ruler of the Fracas Sea. The sunlit waters brim with vibrant fish and coral. I'm sorry, but this sister is ready for the Met Gala. I would not be shocked if a designer can make this into a dress of its own, since it is a full piece. I mean, whoever created this went hard. Not to cause sibling rivalry, but let's put her next to Caspia. At the risk of repeating myself, all of this is to say that the people who are criticizing the casting choices of the daughters and their respective looks are totally missing the point. It's meant to reflect their own underwater kingdoms and where they come from. Anyways, darlings, that's it for today's episode, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know whose mermaid look you would want to wear and which one is your favorite. And without further ado, take care, darling.